Hi everyone, welcome back to Scripture Study with Smithy. Just wanted to cover off something on charity and prophecy found in 1 Corinthians 12. We'll start in 12:28. We'll go through to 14, verse 4. Just have a bit of a chat about it. And it says, "And God hath set some in the church, first apostles, secondly prophets, thirdly teachers, after that miracles, then gifts of healings, helps, governments, diversities of tongues. Are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Are all workers of miracles? Have all the gifts of healing? Do all speak with tongues? Do all interpret? But covet earnestly the best gifts, and yet show I unto you a more excellent way." So what's he showing us? A more excellent way? What is that? Let's have a look. Chapter 13. "Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. Charity suffereth long, and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, doth not behave itself unseemingly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Charity never faileth. But whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as also I am known. And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three, but the greatest of these is charity." Okay, chapter 4, we'll just read the first 4 verses just to finish it off. It says, "Follow after charity, and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that ye may prophesy. For he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh not unto men, but unto God. For no man understandeth him, howbeit in the Spirit he speaketh mysteries. But he that prophesieth speaketh unto men to edification and exhortation and comfort. He that speaketh in an unknown tongue edifieth himself, but he that prophesieth edifieth the church." That's pretty cool. I've always been interested in prophecy and prophecies. Just something that stuck out to me when I first started reading the scriptures was how people could predict the future, and then it turned out to be pretty much exactly what they said. And I thought, oh, that's pretty awesome. That'd be a nice gift to have. And so over the years, I studied a little bit in futurology, I think they call it, where you look into the future and you try and predict trends and stuff like that. Yes, a little bit different to prophecy though, isn't it? Because these guys are working with the Spirit. Interesting at the start there in 1 Corinthians 12, God had set some in the church, first apostles, prophets, teachers, and then after that, miracles, gifts of healings and helps. So he set up a church, right? A structure with appointments of apostles. Those are the ones that we follow, right? That's what we need to stick to, right? First. And then it says, after that, miracles, gifts of healings, helps, governments, diversity of tongues. So after he set up this establishment and these callings that these people have, positions in the church, under that we have the importance of the spiritual gifts, the healings and diversity of tongues, prophecy, miracles, and that kind of thing. Interesting how it's set up. The first, those appointments will, when they carry out their callings, they will be obviously performing these miracles, these things. But these things in and of themselves cannot establish a church. These things are signs that they are true followers of Jesus Christ. So miracles, gifts of healings, these things are for the edification and teaching, instruction, and for signs. Miracles are for signs for the believers to help us. He says, and all apostles, are all prophets, are all teachers. No, we're not. Okay, we're not all those things. Are all workers of miracles? No. So we all have a separate role to play. Have all of us the gift of healing? No, I don't necessarily believe I have the gift of healing, but I know other people that do. Do all speak with tongues? No, I don't speak with tongues. It's pretty tough, but I do know people that speak multiple languages, and I believe that if I have the Spirit with me, I can speak to the understanding of those that I'm trying to share the gospel with. That's happened to me before. I've said phrases and words that I don't normally use in my normal everyday use, which has kind of surprised me, but has also been for their benefit, which was interesting. But then we get into chapter 13, talking about charity. A lot of Christians, I think, get charity wrong. They think charity is all about giving to the poor and giving away your clothes if you've got too many, that kind of thing, helping people out, that kind of stuff. But charity is a lot deeper than that. Charity is not just love. Charity goes way beyond love. It's like, and even he says even here, like if you give your body to be burned, like if you offer yourself up as a sacrifice to the Lord, like it dies a martyr, and you don't have charity, like we should be seeking to have charity. See, like, even though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. That's interesting. So, we've gone through a bit of a period where there's a lot of homelessness, there's a lot of housing issues. House prices have gone up, so people can't afford their houses, they can't afford their rent, their mortgages and stuff, so they've ended up on the streets. I remember a job when I was working as a painter, and I was painting a church, and this lady came up to the church and she said she needed help. So I directed her to the local Catholic monastery that was around the corner, told her to go there, and there's people there that could help her. If she couldn't find anyone or anything, she'd come back. Anyway, she needed some money so she could buy new tires for her car, because she worked as a pizza delivery or something like that, and she'd been given warnings by the police that she needed to get these tires. They were pretty bald, so I could see that she needed them. Anyway, she went away. She didn't have much success. They didn't really have anything that they could help her. She needed money, not just clothing or gifts and stuff like that. Some people do need money, not just food and other items. So anyway, she came back, and I said, look, I don't normally do this, but I'll give you some money to help you with getting your tires. And so I went to an ATM, got her some money out. I think it was like $100 and something, not much. And came back, and she was still there, so I gave her the money. And it was interesting because about a month later, I was wondering if she'd used it for the right purposes. A lot of people buy alcohol and drugs, but I was wondering if she used it for the right purposes. And she came, and I saw her. I was driving through this area, and I saw the car, brand new tires on it. So you can't judge, But charity is kind, right? Doing something kind for people suffereth long. So it's not easy to have charity. Rejoices not in iniquity. So, you know, we don't, we're not excited and happy when people do the wrong things and sin. We rejoice in the truth. And we bear all things, believe all things, hope all things, and endure all things. And there's a great promise: charity never faileth. Okay, so if we do have charity, we strive for it, pray for it. That I think it will cover a multitude of sins and will help us to be prepared. Because look, he says here at the end of chapter 13, for now we see through a glass darkly, but then in the future, be face to face. What's he talking about? We're gonna have one day. We're gonna have a meeting with God face to face. We can know in part now, but when that happens, we shall know. We shall know even as we are known, right? So we're gonna know who God is, and He's gonna know. Well, He already knows everything about us, but we're gonna know that childish thing, that veil of forgetfulness that we have is gonna be gone. So that's fascinating. That's interesting. And the last thing, talk about prophecy. Like I said at the start, I love prophecy. I think it's awesome. So it says, follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that you may prophesy. So we should desire spiritual gifts and seek after spiritual gifts. They're one of the most important, I think, to prophesy. And the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. That's interesting in itself, because all prophecies are either from the Old Testament were all directed to when Jesus was either going to come in the flesh to offer himself for the sins of the world and to die on the cross, or in the future when he's going to come again at the end of the world. So all the prophecies link up in some way to preparing for those events or to be part of those events, all surrounding Jesus Christ. So they all testify, all prophecies should really testify of Jesus Christ. Fascinating stuff. I just read that the other day and I thought, oh, I've got to share that because that's a really good message. And I hope you got something out of that. And appreciate you watching. Thanks to all my new subscribers and over 5,500 views. Woohoo! It's really exciting that the message is getting out to the world. Anyway, enjoy your study. Cheers.